Welcome back to the Sound for More channel. Today I have the pleasure to give you an update on XinematiX from VirSyn and KARO Sound Development. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. And courtesy of VirSyn and KARO Sound Development, we have today a tutorial demonstration which is about the latest update of XinematiX, which has a number of features, which includes now all the 25 gigabyte libraries and packs as an in-app purchase, for which there is a giveaway, of course. And it has also support for an external storage, which is great, which could be, of course, I was about to say a solid disk state, which it is in my case. And this is great news because you don't have to store 25 gigabyte inside your iPad Pro in my case. And we know how much storage cost inside your iPad, unfortunately, because of the prices from Apple, which are quite high when it comes to storage. And of course, you cannot upgrade your iPad or iOS device after you purchased. And there are so many apps which are coming out that eventually you run out of space unless you have one of the higher spec devices with 1 or 2 terabyte of storage. Okay, so if you would like to participate in the giveaway, please do follow the instruction contained in the video description. And please remember to claim your code if you want. Okay, so I have demonstrated XinematiX before, and it's a fantastic app. One of the things I really like, I've always been impressed, is, of course, the sounds, the programs, developed with KARO Sound Development. They are exceptionally good. And of course, these coupled with capabilities from VirSyn gives you an app which is quite unique. Of course, we are running it on an iPad at the moment. In particular, it's an iPad Pro and 1 chip, and it works extremely well. What you see at the moment is the standalone version, but of course, it supports AUv3 as well. And it's one of the things I love the most is the sound transition, which is not cut off but is sustained previous notes, so as I will demonstrate again in this tutorial. So let's kick off. This is what you have as a multi in terms of default settings, and you have 3 programs here. The first one is at the top here, the second one here, top, middle, and then the third one top on the right hand side. And you can morph between them using these control here, which is great. And of course, you can change the program here. You have around 1,000 set of programs, so you can combine 3 of them into a multi. And then for live performances, here you have, if you click here, you can organize all your multi into scenes, and then you can change between the different scenes like so. And this reminds me a little bit of the core Kronos in terms of how they are organized, which is great. So in the middle, you have standard controls. I'll go through them now because it's so quick to do. You have offset, attack and release here. Of course, your ideas for your envelope. Here, if you click in the middle, you can move to the oscilloscope view. If you click again, you can move to setting for the tuning. Click again, you got these reminder of KARO Sound Development as a logo. But you normally leave it like so. So you have the oscilloscope running. You can check the level here, the pan, the reverb, of course. You can click here for white, okay? So you can edit that. You can click on shift here. You go here in terms of adjusting, of course, the cutoff and the resonance, of course. You can transpose, adjust the pitch, and of course, the effect. Here you have an option for latch, of course, which you may want to activate to sustain or to latch the sound so that you can do morphing or touch the different controls. By the way, it supports MPE. At the bottom here, you have a keyboard. Then up here, you have selection for the MIDI channel, the number of voices, CPU usage, random button. This is where you move between the different multis and the link to the scene, the level. And of course, you can maximize or collapse here the view of the keyboard. You can move up or down an octave. So it's pretty straightforward. If you click here, this is where you have access to your multi-sound. There are so many. You can save, share, of course, as you like. If you click here on the sound, you can do the same. You have the list of all the sounds with different category. You can go up and level. You can see all the different categories, which there are so many. And then, of course, you can search as well. You have also a question mark here, which is great in terms of giving you a little bit of a reminder of what the controls do. If you click on the cog here, you have links to audio layer, which is great, the sample store, download the sample libraries if you want the background audio, write an App Store review, and then all settings for MIDIs like source, Bluetooth, the input channel, MP, pitch bend, what is the number, if you support program change from MIDI chords, the velocity, and of course the destination of the storage, which can be either local to your device or an external device. Like in this case, it is actually installed in inside a Samsung SSD, which works extremely well. There is sometimes a bit of a lag as you move from one multi to the other, but it is negligent, really. It doesn't detract by the beauty of the app itself. So this is one of those apps where you keep playing. You absolutely keep playing. And of course, if you load it inside like AUM, then you can have another audio channel, or you can have an audio channel where you have kinematics as an AUv3, and you can have another audio channel, for example, where you have a drum machine. So there's a lot that you can do. But let's listen a little bit. And now let me show you what happens. I'm going to go to the next multi here while I sustain the note, and you will hear that it doesn't truncate at all the sustained note or the held note on the keyboard from my external MIDI controller. And indeed, you can play additional MIDI note, which will use the new multi while sustaining the notes of the previous one. And there are not many out there that do this, particularly on iOS. There are a few, but not many. Of course, if you do morphing here and you have something from a previous multi, then of course that will disappear because it's morphing into something which is not loaded. You also noticed a little bit of delay in terms of the new multi being loaded up, but after all, there's a lot to load. It's actually quite quick, and he's doing it from an external SSD in this case. And let's have a look here at the live view, which is great, really, and because it gives you a clear view of what you have, and so you can see all your multi, and they're organized here by different categories, okay, which is absolutely nice. So, and you can see what they are. Okay, you can move between them with left and right arrows. So, yeah, let's try some of them. So you can see that I could move easily between different multi and sustain the notes from previously notes played from previous multi. So you can see how nice it is really to actually have the ability to do that. In this case, you could see the latch function on, and as I clicked on latch, I let go and the keys from my external MIDI controller, and of course then I can use the morphing here while the keys or the notes are still held. Okay, so absolutely fantastic. And notice also the CPU utilization. And more voices here, 4-5% CPU is actually not even feeling it, and it's just an iPad Pro with M1 chip, which by today's standard, at the date of recording this video, there is of course an M2 already out. The new iPad Pro launched with M4, so you have even more power, actually, probably more than what you need. So we just need to get the iPad software and OS to actually improve, and perhaps iPad OS to become Mac OS. That would be actually a great day when that happens. So you can hear that you can create some very atmospheric ambient type of sound and texture as you move across so smoothly between all the different multis. It's really, really nice piece of kit, really. And remember, you can further adjust parameters here on the filter, on the effect. You can choose also the type of room for the reverb. So you still have some options there that you can do further adjust. And of course, you can define your own multi. You can go up here and just say, well, okay, I don't like that. I like to have, for example, why not, shall we say, I like to have a motion pad here and analog bright strings here. And in the middle here, we are going to choose something different, piano and keys, cinematic grand piano. And then here we are going to change that to perhaps plucked and guitar. And we're going to go for an auto harp. And let's play. Of course, pay attention here that it doesn't pick. You can see it was on yellow. So that is why it's also good to load it inside the host like a UM. And then, of course, you can apply, for example, limiter. You can do any other configuration as you need. Of course, you can change the level here as you like. At the moment, I'm just improvising with some of the multis in this standalone version. I'm going to stop here. Remember, this also integrates incredibly well with audio layer. Another great tool from VirSyn. Please give a thumbs up to VirSyn, a great developer. Leave a comment, of course, supporting the channel. Will also support, bringing back more videos, more tutorials. And I'm sure VirSyn will be pleased to see, your interaction towards kinematics on the video on the channel. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.